Well, hello folks, and welcome back to Arcanum. I think in this video, it's probably going to be a shorter one today. I'm recording some stuff before work. Been picking up a lot of extra days, and it's kind of cramping my style. So who knows how this is going to turn out. We're going to probably kill a bunch of poachers, though, if I'm not mistaken. I don't like poachers. I'm not too pleased with what they were doing. We'll see what they have to say, though. Hello there, mate. Strange place to be out walking. You mind telling me what you're doing out here? Well, I've come to kill you. Is that so? Might I ask you why? Well, I've been sent here by the Betacon. Ha! We've a bloody lizard lover here, boys. Thought people like you only lived in the big cities, crying over the poor lizards while you're wearing boots made over their worthless hides. Actually, I'm wearing boots that are made of metal, but whatever, prepare to die. Look, mate, I have a better idea. Why don't you tell me where those lizards are, and I'll pay you a handsome fee. Let's call it 1,000 gold pieces. Nope. Gonna kill you. Gonna kill you mighty easily as well. Jaina, I don't know if I should stay down here and try to guard you. Don't particularly care about Jaina right now. A gun? I haven't seen guns in ages. Oh my goodness. She went for somebody who wasn't standing right beside me. And Krugmar Fire Axe, the bloodthirsty murderer. Paragon of Virtue murderer, that is. And hey, I chopped the gun out of his hands. Now if only I could target my attacks and do that whenever I feel like. Bullets, no. Don't want any of your crappy armor. Oiled chainmail, that's not an elephant gun. Need a strength of 12 just to use it. I'm gonna assume you guys are like every other humanoid I run into these days. Completely poor, crappy gear. Nothing worth my time. And you know what? If that guy had 1,000 gold, which I'm not really sure he did, where is it? I should be able to get that reward anyways. A measly 150 gold. Roughly, something like that. I think this guy was pulling my leg. So, I'm going to assume that there is nothing else here at the poacher's camp. I don't feel like running a search pattern, seeing what I can find. Strike a pose! Do you guys all just freeze when the sun comes up or something? They're soaking up sun rays, that's why they're not moving. I've killed the poachers, Karai. You have? Good. Perhaps the warm blood heart is not evil. Perhaps it does know what is right and what is wrong. Your actions have freed the elf and averted war between mankind and the Betacon, Warmblood. Make sure to speak with the elf before you leave and tell him he is free to go. Yep, the men I killed definitely deserved it. Yes, I agree. Perhaps you might dream the reptilian dream one day, Krugmar. I wish you luck in your travels. Krugmar, friend of the elves, friend of the lizard people. I thank you, stranger. I'm going back to Kintara. I recommend you do the same. Okay. Enjoy soaking up those sun rays, lizards. Let's see, where do I want to go? The Ruby Glade, an eerie ancient place. I can't actually remember where we got this place from. Is this where that one guy was possibly going to collect poisons or something like that? Oh no, not a Timberwolf and a Venom Hound! Whatever will we do? Do my once quick glance to see if I can find any herbs out here. We've still got a pretty good supply. It's not like I'm gonna run out anytime soon, unless Jaina turns on me and I lose access to her inventory. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna kill her or not if she turns on me. What's your dislike up to now? 28. We killed poachers, Jaina. We did a good thing. You should be happy. The Great Ruby... Oh. This is the place where I would have to sneak. I'm gonna save it. I want to try something. Obviously, my prowling is not going to be that good. I just want to step over the line and see what we fight. A half-elf noble that's dead. An altar. We know we're going to get ambushed. Holy crap. Greater demons, huh? Well, I was kind of expecting, like, it would be something that would insta-kill me. You hit me. You hit me, Jaina. You hit me again. Despite the fact... Really? That's it? The Great Ruby of Kalaru. Question is... Ooh, Barbarian's Heavy Blade. Unidentified gloves I don't care about. Unidentified armor I don't care about. I'm past the point of caring about magical items. I am simply not even going to bother to loot them. I could haul them around if I wanted to sell them, but whatever. So really? That was the most terrifying thing here? I don't know what I was worried about. Arcanum Village... Falcon's Egg, we've taken care of that. All the way back to Kintara we go. After we go here. So we're not allowed to ford the river. Krugmar's armor would weigh him down and he would drown or something like that. Watch out for the alligators! You know, I don't think we've ran into any type of alligator creatures, have we? There's been rat men and snake men, various golem type creatures, the weird little kites, but not a single alligator. Speaking of kites, it all happened so quick. The poor bastards. 1 gold coin. Poor bastards never knew what was coming after them. All they saw in the darkness was a glowing axe, making blood boil as it cut through them like butter. You ruined my combo, grizzly bears. I'm also close to another level. It's not going to be long before I get max level. There are mods out there, I believe, that will uncap the levels, so you could go like up to level 120 or something, but I'm not gonna bother. Oh, come on, elves. Greetings to you. Listen, dwarf, you're welcome in this place, blah 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 blah. Yes, whatever. I'm here to speak to your queen. Let me check my journal. I'm sure I'm supposed to return to somebody. Completed, killed poachers. Yep, got that. Accepted, ensure that the lost elven hunter is on his way home. So Mr. Wendy, Wendiddle. That would be you, right? Yep. Greetings, have you a moment, sir? Of course, how may I help you? I found the lost elven hunter. Yes, he returned here and told me what happened with the Bedekin. The elves of Kintara are indebted to you, friend. Please, take the armor I promised you in payment for your brave actions. Goodbye and good luck. And he's still neutral to me. Elven chainmail. Jaina, what are you wearing? Magic chainmail, 12 plus 10, 23. If I'm reading it correctly, the magical chainmail is better. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's got that plus 10, which seems pretty significant. What other quests? Accepted Whisper wants us to get essence from a Valar's Wisp, which I haven't done because I haven't just ran around. Secure Jormung's release, have not done that. Remove the humans, okay, we finished that. Retrieve some mithril. I need to go back to Torrent for that, which I'm not prepared to do.
Ah, yes, you again. How can I help you?
Yeah, do you have a moment to speak with me?
Certainly. How can I help you?
I have removed the humans from Falcon's Ache.
Thank you very much. Your help in the matter is much appreciated. Now, what was it you needed to speak to my mother about?
It's a really long story, Raven.
A dark tale full of pain. And it would seem that the blame lies with us, the elves.
Yes, it does. There are elves involved. Do you know the name of Min-Gorad?
I do not, and none of the elves who live here bear it. But it bothers me very much, pulls darkly at my heart and mind. There is another possibility, one I'd rather not think of.
What is it, Raven? Do you know where I might find Min-Gorad?
No. You need to speak with my mother of these things. She will know what to do.
Okay, and where might I find her?
She's just beyond the large door behind me. But be warned, my mother is a magical being of great power. Her spirit swims in the flow, and sometimes she is more of that world than this one. What she sees is not always what we see, so her answers might seem strange to you. Ask what you wish to know, and listen. When you're through speaking with her, come and find me.
I will, Raven. Thank you for your help. Let's go see... You know what? I should probably save it. In case I make a stupid dialogue choice here. The Silver Lady, she is apparently transparent. A little bit, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Hello. I welcome you, traveler.
Well, greetings to you, Silver Lady. I thank you for this audience.
I know you've come far, and I've expected you for a long time now.
Is that right? You know, I spoke with a dead guy named Polonius Schuyler quite a long time ago. He said something similar to me that's been rattling around in the back of my mind ever since. It's kind of one of the few things that has actually kept me on this mission after losing my companion, Virgil.
Polonius Schuyler? Ah, yes. I see him now, speaking with the dead. Or is he among them? It matters not, I suppose. They're all watching you.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I've seen you approaching from both east and west, traveler. And you bring them with you, all of them. They've no choice but to follow.
From east and west. Please, I don't understand.
I know. We speak different languages, you and I. The things I see, wrapped in the past and the present, and shrouded in the veils of magic. I cannot translate my visions into your own. You must listen, traveler. Listen and learn to see.
I will try, Silver Lady.
What is it you seek, traveler?
Do you know if I'm the living one?
The living one? Oh, traveler, why would you think I would know of such a thing?
I don't know. I don't even know what the living one really is. It's just a prophecy I've heard. I assume you can see what is to come, though.
It's an interesting thing about prophecies, traveler. They're no clearer to one such as myself, living both in and out of the stream, than they are to you, walking the shore. The flow swirls around them until they are ready. And in the end, really, is it going to matter who someone pointed a finger at?
Well, you know, that would be comforting if people weren't trying to kill me because of this prophecy.
These people can only see what follows in your wake, traveler. Pass your hand through the flame and it flickers. If you've tired of the mantle, then shed it. Disappear. Otherwise, don't be surprised at what people do.
I guess she's got a point. I kind of am bringing this upon myself. I am the one adventuring and traveling around out there and attempting to apparently fulfill part of this prophecy, so touche. You've got a point there. But what do you know of the Black Mountain clan?
Yes, I can see them. But the ravens are circling, and the storm rages but subsides. And yet there is lightning, and then shadow, and then the storm howls again, tearing. I can't even look at it.
That makes no sense to me. But kind of does.
Wait. Oh, look. They've taken in a small child with machine dreams, and hands of hinged metal, and a heart in which coal burns brightly.
Yeah, that is Gilbert Bates. But that was in the past. Something like 60 years ago or something, he said.
I don't know of what you speak, traveler. Please, listen. Try to hear with my ears.
Like this, I don't know if I can, Silver Lady. How about okay? Does my character have to be such a dumbass all the time?
I see a flame atop a hill, burning so brightly. And below, a field of wheat around a pool of water. And the flame spitting fire and consuming the wheat and the lake and losing itself as well.
Is there anything else? The clan, do you see anything at all?
It's dark here. So dark. And the flame is here too. But this flame burns black onyx and cold. And shadow is its child. Are they here as well? I can't see that far.
Anything else?
A plain of mirrored glass. A sky of white. A lone figure. Wait, which is the reflection? I'm unsure.
You're speaking in riddles, Silver Lady, just like you told me you would.
That is all I see, traveler. The riddle is created by you. Do you have anything else you'd like to ask?
Yes, what do you know of Mingorod? What can you tell me of that name?
Mingorod. An old name, traveler. Oh, a man is screaming and carves a key with his fingers, and the birds have plucked his eyes out. And the wolf watches, motionless, his paw in the air.
Is it Mingorod? Is he dead? And what does the wolf mean? I know you're not going to tell me the answers to any of this because you've already told me you won't, but whatever. I'm going to ask anyways.
A tear in the curtain, and only darkness beyond. A ragged wound, mended with a ring of blasted stone.
Going to assume that that is the ring we gave back to Bates. A tear in the curtain would be a tear in whatever they called the wall between life and death, like the thing that we pulled P. Skylar through, and I'm gonna guess the thing that she exists. You know what? You probably live in the curtain, don't you, lady? What else? What else do you see of Mingorod?
A hand that sees, but is blinded. A man draped in truth, wearing a mask.
Please, you've lost me. The writers have made me stupid. Is there anything else you can help me with?
And they hide. The lost children, they hide. A gray mist, even to me. But there, he runs, dropping veined and painted leaves. And the flock comes, talons outstretched, and wings of fire, and he is consumed. But the leaves...
Okay, so painted leaves. Is that gonna be like a Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb trail?
Run quickly, traveler. Find what was left behind. In the place of smoke and water, he is there. He is there.
Who, Mingorod?
I see no more. The stream is again calm. Was there anything else?
No, but I understand almost none of what you said, despite the fact I've got like, what is it now, 18 intelligence, 15 intelligence?
I know that, traveler. But I also know that clarity is often the child of time. Your answers lie both in front and behind. Make sure not to overlook one for the other.
Characteristically cryptic, dear lady.
I go now, traveler. We will meet again, though I'm not sure on which side. No matter. Farewell.
You know what? For an elf, you're actually pretty okay. The Silver Lady level 50. Let me just pull out my axe and attack her.
Yes, you again. How can I help you?
Do you have a moment to speak, Raven?
Certainly. How can I help you?
Well, I spoke with your mother about what has happened.
And what did you ask her about?
Well, I asked her about the Black Mountain Clan.
Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
Let's see. She saw a lot of stuff. Ravens, lightning, a violent storm, a dark place with a dark fire. Why does this keep highlighting? I don't want to select that. And a mirrored plane. I'm going to assume the mirrored plane would be water, perhaps, reflecting the sky. A dark place with a dark fire. Even though I guess if it was out in the open in a plane, I don't know.
There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plane, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd.
Well, there were also other visions of the Black Mountain Clan.
Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
Ravens, lightning, a violent storm.
Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this.
Well, she had other visions
Black
as
Mountain
well.
Clan. What did she see?
She saw the BMC of the small machine-like child, who, at least we can figure out that one fairly easily.
As you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates.
Were you
She saw
eavesdropping?
him because he plays such a large role in their fate.
I didn't tell you I knew about Gilbert Bates. Were you eavesdropping? That was supposed to be a private conversation. She had other
Black Mountain Clan.
ones, too.
What did she see?
A flame that consumed a wheat field in a pool of water.
I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? She had visions of Mingarad as well.
Mingarad. What did she see?
An eyeless man in pain carving a key, and a wolf with a raised paw.
What the screaming man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf, with one paw raised in the air.
Huh. Well, perhaps we need to begin our search there, then.
I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further.
Okay.
Mingarad.
A torn
There's
curtain.
something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further.
Please do.
Mingarad.
How about a hand
did she
that
see?
sees, but is blind? A truthful man in a mask. Maximilian, what is his part in all of this? He has to have... One of these descriptions has to be about Maximilian.
I have no idea.
Wait, that sounds like the symbol on an amulet I've seen.
Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it?
Yes, actually. I know there were an ancient order of assassins, and that they are currently trying to kill me as I knock some stuff off my table.
The Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka, the ancient order of the dead.
You know, I have a journal from one of them. Who were they, though?
The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing.
Is that right? Do you know anything about their connection to the Malokian hand? Because I do.
As I said, the Malokian hand were their assassins.
Oh, Malokian.
From what I remember of what was written about them, the hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are.
Yeah, well,
Rumors.
I've got if I would have collected them, I'd have 100 other amulets now, so if they can send that many people after me, they've definitely got to be reemerged. These amulets in the attempts on my life might say different.
I agree, but I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting.
And what do you think the vision itself means?
I don't really know, although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask who is draped in truth, I have no idea.
The man in the mask who is draped in truth. I still think that has something to do with Maximilian. The mask he wears would be his exile to the Isle of Despair. And I don't know, that's just my guess right now.
Mingarad. What did she see?
Lost hiding children, possibly the Black Mountain clan. A man runs from them and drops leaves, possibly to lead us or somebody somewhere to where they actually went, because they're not on the Isle of Despair where they were supposed to be banished to. Which so far, I'm surprised I didn't bring up to any of these people. Maybe I'm just waiting to bring that up to Mingarad.
This one is the most interesting of all, and it seems that my fears may have well been correct.
Why? What do you think it means?
Do you remember when I told you that the name of Mingarad bothered me in some way? Well, I believe that may have been so because Mingarad is a dark name.
Is it? What does that even mean, a dark name?
A dark elf name. Do you know of the dark elves?
Kind of. I worked for one of them for, like, one mission before he didn't want anything else to do with me. Can you elaborate a little bit?
It's a long story. But sometime during the Age of Legends, many years even before my mother was born, there were a group of elves who separated themselves. There were philosophical differences, and they were no longer welcome in our forests. Those elves became what we know as the Dark Elves.
And what exactly were these differences?
They believe that this world and all of its races are subject to elven rule. They believe that elves are superior because of our close connection to nature, our power in the ways of magic, and the longevity of our physical form. They see the other races as bumbling children who need our guidance, regardless of its severity.
So, the Dark Elves pretended to be messengers from the Silver Lady, convinced the Dwarven King, Longhair, whoever it was, to exile the Black Mountain clan, but why? And what of the Elves of Kantara? What do they believe?
The elves of Kantara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they have been picked to play.
So humans coming through and bulldozing and steamrolling all of your forests would be just part of that natural progression, right? I mean, is that taking it to the extreme? Do you guys see the Dark Elves as a violation of that order?
Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. They have the role and they are playing it.
I see. You say unfortunately, though. What do you believe?
I believe. Well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kantara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost.
Okay, so what do the elves here believe?
The elves of Kantara, in fact all other elves, believe it, unfortunately not.
Looping back around.
The
Well,
Dark Elves are seen. My mother's vision of the lost children was referring, I believe, to the Dark Elves. They were hidden from her because they are hidden from all of us. Through magic and isolation, we've not seen where they live for almost 500 years.
but that's just the blink of an eye. For elves, right? So who could have been the man running from them?
There was a man many years ago who had come to the Glimmering Forest to study the elves, and I remember that he was very interested in the Dark Elves especially. There were rumors about his capture by them and an escape.
And who was he?
As I said, he was a researcher. A strange little man, a bit overdressed, but kind-hearted and very intelligent. I was young then, a mere 160 years old. He was the first human I'd ever seen.
So wait, your mom was having babies? Like, as little as probably 200 or 300 years ago? I'm kind of confused about the elven timescale and how they procreate. Do you remember his name at all?
His name? It was a long time ago. But I remember because he said it so often. I think humans just like hearing the sound of their own names. Terwilliger. Dr. Renford A. Terwilliger. I can hear him saying it even now.
I don't think we've ran across that name yet in this game. If we have, I've completely forgot it. You have any idea what the leaves he was dropping were? It sounds like a trail marker. Possibly maybe one that only elves could see? Something to do with magic, perhaps?
I don't know. It almost seemed in the vision that the flock who consumed him were more interested in the leaves. And my mother even said to find what was left behind. These leaves might very well be what we're looking for.
Okay, so what is the place of smoke and water?
She could mean almost anywhere. But if I were to make a guess, I'd say she was talking about the human city of Tarrant.
Okay.
It lies in the Gulf of Morbihan, and its, what do you call them? Factories are always belching smoke into the skies. That and I know that Terwilliger was from there.
Why did you wink and smile slyly about that? Did you go to Tarrant at some point with Terwilliger, maybe? Well, what now?
You have a place to begin your search, my friend. It would seem that if you need to find this Mingarod, you're going to need to find the village of the Dark Elves. The only person who might know where they are is Renford A. Terwilliger. He may or may not be in Tarrant, but it's a good place to start looking.
Didn't you say he was a human and it was 160 years ago? You do know humans don't live that long, right? Well, then I guess my next mission is to find the Dark Elves. To Tarrant I shall go.
You impress me, my friend. Few are those like you who would take this burden upon themselves. You've earned my respect.
Your respect makes it all the more worthwhile. I'm not gonna be an asshole. I like Raven. For an elf, she's not been bad so far. She has treated us kindly, not spoke down to us, not been an arrogant little bastard like all of the other elves in the city. Even for her high-ranking position in Kintara, she is an outlier.
Thank you for the compliment. Looks like we're going to be good friends. Return to me when you found the Dark Elves and tell me what you uncover. We'll have much to discuss when you return.
Okay, well, I'll return when or if I ever find out more. Goodbye, Raven. Wonderful. So, we got a level. Yeah, I've got 19 fucking intelligence, and my dwarf was unable to figure out any of the riddles on his own and had to look like a bumbling idiot in front of probably the oldest living being in the entire world. Good job, fucking Krugmar. You're representing the dwarves with style, my friend. Making all the dwarves look good. I think I'm going to end the video here. Whenever we come back, probably run around Kintara a little bit more. Might do some of these, finish up some of these side quests, get them out of my journal. I would like to free Jormund before we leave here. The Mithril will have to wait. I would like to find a Valar's Wisp, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. We'll see.